Hello and welcome everyone to the Fighter Jet Frenzy match 13. This is a losers bracket match between Il Vento d'Oro by Arthr and Lyon Johnsson and the flop gun with the Iceman, Maverick and Goose by Ipsok. Again, this is a losers bracket match, so whoever wins moves on, but whoever loses is out of the tournament. Missiles away. See if these can actually make it to Il Vento d'Oro. Oh no, they ran out. And the Iceman is taking quite a bit of fire. Yeah. It's going into space. Will Il Vento d'Oro switch targets? It's shooting at the Goose now. I don't think it's going to take very many hits to knock that out. Alright, the Iceman has just been disqualified in space. That's almost half of Ipsok's team gone. Ooh, can that missile make it? I don't know. Yeah, it looked like it did hit. But the Goose just essentially exploded. Yeah, it's going into space. And the Maverick took a pretty bad hit as well. So while Il Vento d'Oro was hit, it's done some major damage to the other planes in the flop gun. Although the Goose didn't actually go to space. But yeah, well, if it lands in the ocean, it's also in trouble. The Maverick has lost nearly all power. It's still flying, but it's really struggling. Il Vento d'Oro is actually having to close the range again. Almost taking a missile hit in the process. And now it's continuing to shoot at the Maverick. I think that gun is just pure kinetic, and you can see how quickly it deals damage. Now the Goose is probably in space, or just too far away. It's disqualified now anyway. And that leaves the Maverick, which just lost the last little bit of power, or almost all of it anyway, and is going to fall into the ocean. Yep. Okay, that's the end of the Maverick. So round 1 goes to Il Vento d'Oro. It took a moment, and it also took an EMP hit, but it's at 100% health. So if it can repeat that performance, it will win the match. So at the start, the missiles didn't quite make it last time. Yeah, indeed. They're running out of fuel. Now the Iceman is taking hits again, or is the Maverick? Hold on, where is the Iceman? I don't see the Iceman. I think they're both in space. Yeah, the Iceman went into space, and I think the Maverick is also going into space, which leaves just the Goose, which just lost 7% of the craft. That's about 3 blocks, by the way. That's why it's still going. It is pretty fast, but Il Vento d'Oro is faster. Oh, just as I looked away, the Goose took another major hit. This time I think it hit the engine. Could be wrong. Poor Goose. Those are some really fast shells. I'm kind of surprised that it's still actually doing its job for the most part at 63.8% health. Remarkable. Most planes don't work this well at at this little health. And sadly that includes the Iceman and Maverick, which took only about 5% damage before they went into space. There goes another little bit of the aircraft. Did that bounce? Yeah, okay. I think that's the end of the goose. Should be 2 damaged. Yep, there we go. Alright, so round 2 also goes to Il Vento d'Oro, so Arthr and Lyon Johnsson have already won the match. But we will get round 3 underway just to see if maybe, just maybe, the Maverick and the Iceman can get a good missile hit on Il Vento d'Oro. So let's see what happens. Hit on the Iceman, another hit on the Iceman. At this angle it's easier to see what's happening actually. There come more missiles I think, but I don't know if they can reach Il Vento d'Oro. Let's see what happens. Nope, too far. So, are those medium missiles? I don't know. Il Vento d'Oro has now switched targets to the Maverick. The small missiles can't quite make it, and I don't think the mediums can either. No. If those are mediums at all. Ipsok's planes are flying in really close formation. Oh. And the goose is knocked out. Or it will be in just a few seconds. There we go, disqualified. Oof, that was a pretty big hit on the Iceman, but what happened to Il Vento d'Oro? Did it take an EMP hit? It did. We've seen that happen before. Alright, so while it's not enough to take the match, it seems that round 3 goes to Ipsok, so that was similar to the last match that this happened. Just out of nowhere, the Il Vento d'Oro takes an EMP hit and just dies. Alright, so congratulations both, I'd say, although also condolences to Ipsok, because the flop gun is now eliminated from the tournament. But it performed remarkably well. The Maverick, the Iceman, and the Goose did remarkably well in all their matches, even against something like this, like Il Vento d'Oro. So you can definitely be proud of how they've done. As for Il Vento d'Oro by Arthr and Lyon Johnsson, it will be moving on in the secondary bracket and will perhaps get another chance at winning the tournament in the finals, if it manages to climb out of the secondary bracket, that is. So we'll see about that in a future video, and I'll see you in the next one.